Republican National Convention has officially kicked in Milwaukee. It comes just 2 days after Trump was injured in an assassination attempt at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. Now, in the RNC, Donald Trump has been officially nominated as the GOP presidential candidate for the upcoming elections. In fact, he was selected Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate for the 2024 presidential contest.
Madam Secretary, and everybody in this great city, on behalf of our entire family, and on behalf of the 125 delegates in the unbelievable state of Florida, we hereby nominate every single one of them for the greatest president that's ever lived, and that's Donald J. Trump, hereby declaring him the Republican nominee for President of the United States of America.
Delegates and alternates, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce that Senator J.D. Vance has the overwhelming support of this convention to be the next Vice President of the United States.
J.D. Vance.
J.D. Vance back.
What do you think of J.D. Vance?
He's a clone of Trump on the issues. A clone of Trump on the issues. So I don't see any difference.
All right, to draw more perspective on that, who better than my colleague Dipali Saxena joining me live this morning to not only understand this particular move, but a lot more as far as these US polls are also concerned. But Dipali, very good morning. We'll start off the bat with this particular decision that's been taken with him coming into the picture now. Just for our viewers to better understand that, why would it be him? What do we know about him?
Well, good morning, Nivedna. Indeed, a very busy day in United States of America. And like we know, Trump is hurt. We could see the bandage on his hair. But despite that, he came to the Republican National Convention. He met everybody. You could clearly see him shaking hands with everyone. And now he has even been formally nominated. Just a formality, of course. We already knew he was presumably the candidate, GOP candidate for the presidential elections, which will take place in November. But before coming to the convention, he even said he was expected to delay the visit to Milwaukee to Wisconsin, but that would eventually mean that the slain shooter who attempted to assassinate him, that's his victory. So Trump went ahead with the schedule, and that's why he was seen at the convention on day one of the convention. It's a 4-day gala. He is expected to speak on day 4. But before coming to the convention, Donald Trump also announced who will be his vice presidential pick. That is the name J.D. Vance. He is the talk of the town. He's an interesting figure. He's someone who has been a staunch critic of Trump in the past, but now he is an ardent supporter. You name any topic, he aligns with his views: abortion, immigration, America First policy, and hence restricting aid to Ukraine. So these are just to name few things. There's also an Indian connection here. J.D. Vance's wife was born to an Indian immigrant. She is an Indian immigrant. Also to speak about this, it's a 4-day gala, like I mentioned, and J.D. Vance, like I was saying, he is also called Trump Hitler in the past. But look at the irony, he is the running mate right now.
And that's probably what politics does essentially. That is why it becomes a lot more interesting. Having said that, Dipali, since you've drawn perspective as to how course has also changed, right? And what we've been essentially looking at, you started off by talking about how that assassination bid did happen, but he's not given up. He's come here, attended the same. Having said that, do you think that would also mean, in the larger context of things, that it's changing the color for the polls this year?
It could be very much, Nivedna, but let's wait and see what happens. Of course, Trump has emerged stronger. Immediately after, not even a day, he immediately rose his fist after that incident, and that one picture which is going viral with him raising the fist with American flag in the background, that is going to have some impact on the voter sentiment. And Biden, of course, has been grabbing the headlines for all the wrong reasons after the presidential debate in Atlanta, and then after the NATO summit where he ended up miscalling his own vice president and then miscalling the special invite of that NATO summit, President Zelensky. He called him President Putin. So,
Right.
But at the same time, I would also like to mention that sometimes we may be prophetic, we may predict the victory, but the results might turn out something else. So that's the job of pollsters. And of course, it's difficult to read voters' mind nowadays. There are some swing states that have emerged, with states like Arizona, we have Nevada. In the Rust Belt, we have Michigan. Pennsylvania is again a native state to Biden and exactly where the shooting happened. So these are some key battleground states to watch out for. But I'll repeat it again, let's wait and see what happens on November 5th.
Absolutely, Dipali. In fact, you've drawn a very interesting perspective over there as far as predictions and what happens. We know it has hit very close to home very recently on June 4th. Having said that, thank you very much.
Then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.